Yeah, they're set up for me.
Some really nice trail, man.
And I'm feeling like we need to do some work on the shifter.
Okay.
Got to move it because I was hitting neutral all the time.
Okay.
Trying to shift
you
gears.
You did that too, huh?
Do what?
You heard me do that once, huh?
Yeah. I was doing it all the time, and I'm like, okay, well, we'll fix that.
Got to lower it down low.
Got to move it down lower because when I would lift my toe, it would just go to neutral. It wouldn't make it the whole way.
That's a nice trail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're doing good, man. You are.
Yeah.
No kidding.
What else you notice?
You're doing better than I was doing the first time I rode.
For the first half hour. Of course, the other thing is you didn't wreck nothing yet.
No, I don't plan on it. I don't think so.
Nice trail, nice trail.